In this video, I'll show you how to sew the Puff & Pencil Big T sleeve in two different ways. First, I'll show you how to sew it before sewing the side seam of the dress or blouse, and afterwards I'll show you how to attach it after you've sewn the side seam or if there is no side seam in your blouse or dress. Start by overlocking or zigzagging the edges. As you can see here, you don't need to overlock all edges, since some of them will be enclosed in the cuff. Place the two cuff pieces right sides together and pin the bottom, which is the widest side, together. Sew them together with a 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Press the seam allowance open with an iron and then fold the cuff together and press again. Open the cuff and place it on top of the sleeve, right sides together. Pin together the side which is not overlocked to the bottom edge of the sleeve. Then sew them together with a 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Press the seam allowance toward the cuff with an iron. Now I'll show you how to attach the sleeve when the side seam is not sewn yet. Start by pinning the center of the top of the sleeve to the shoulder seam of the dress or blouse, right sides together. Then pin the ends of the sleeve together with the ends of the armhole. Distribute the rest and pin together. Sew them together with a 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Press the seam allowance towards the sleeve with an iron. Then sew the side seam like described in the blouse or dress manual. You will need to come back to this video afterwards to finish the cuff. Now I'm going to show you how to attach the sleeve when the side seam is already sewn or if there's no side seam. Start by sewing the side seam of the sleeve. Remember to match the seams of the cuff and the ends first, and then sew with a 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Turn the dress or blouse inside out. Place the sleeve with the right side out inside of the dress or blouse like this. Match the center of the sleeve with the shoulder seam and side seam if there is one. Then distribute the rest evenly and pin. Slide off the accessory box to expose the free arm of the machine to make it easier to sew along the armhole. Sew all the way around with a 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Now we're going to finish the cuff. Fold the bottom part in and pin in the seam like this. Then sew a seam from the outside in the seam where the cuff is attached. And that's it. We hope you like it. Share your creation with us by tagging us or using the hashtag PPBigT.